we were hunting a Merfolk deck. Somebody requested a Merfolk deck. I didn't know that. I assume people requested Kyle Koeppe.
Yeah, I don't think that's a thing.
But no, there was a Merfolk deck requested. So Ryan Rigby here with the famous fish.
Going down to 6 fish.
6 fish. And Kyle's on Jun. Looks like he's going to 6 as well. With the long ways riffle shuffle. You don't see that very often on a deck of Magic cards.
No, neither do you see face-up long ways riffle shuffles.
I was at a Grand Prix, and I called my opponent out for shuffling face-up. And got, like, chastised for it. He was like, oh, we're doing that now, are we? I'm like, I don't know you, dude. Like, you could actually be trying to cheat me. Like,
Just say yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing that.
We're doing that.
We're calling cheaters on cheating.
Yeah, don't be afraid to call cheaters on cheating.
Also, don't be afraid to call swiper on swiping.
Swiper? No swiping.
Yeah. Gotta call them on it. Otherwise, they'll just keep doing it.
Something like that.
Alright. Let's see if Rigby can keep his 6. It's looking like a decent 6 for Kyle.
I see a Terminate.
We've got a Terminate, a Fatal Push,
Is that a
Thoughtseize.
in there? No?
No. Huntmaster. And 3 lands. 2
That's
lands.
good. I can never tell how many lands I want to start with. I think half and half's a good mix to begin.
Depends on your deck.
I'm talking about this Jun deck. I know that might be my 2018 project. Is like get my Jun deck together and figure out how to play Jun. Because I know zero.
I could just see you having a really, really hard time with it.
Really?
It's very different from the decks you typically play.
Concur. Alright, so this Aether Vial is a strong start. It's going to allow him to really fill the board quickly. And that hopefully will be able to overload the mana that Jund, overload the removal spells, not in number, but in the ability to cast them at the same rate that Ryan can play creatures.
I'm firing off this Inquisition all day here.
All day, every day?
Yeah, so if Ryan has a Spreading Seas, you're dead. So
Okay.
you want to make sure that's not going to happen.
Side effect. If he has a Spreading Seas, he would have played it?
Potentially, unless he really wants to get on the board.
Alright. I'll take this Master.
But now it's a super juicy target because Kyle's going to end up missing his 3rd land drop here.
I don't think Kyle's super worried about it. He's got the...
Kyle is fairly worried about it, let me tell you, right now.
Well, he's got Dark Confidant, so he's going to see 2 cards a turn.
Yeah, if they're keeping 3 drops that don't do anything in this matchup.
You don't have to sell me on the fact that he's behind. I'm just saying, there's hope.
Actually, right now, so his draw last time off of the Bob was a Fulminating Rage, which is laughably bad in this matchup, typically. But right now...
Here's a land.
Ryan's got a Mutavault on the board.
Mm-hmm.
So this Fulminator becomes an actual threat. Rather an actual answer in this case.
Yep, so the Mutavault destroys a non-basic land. And here's the Tidal Mage. Doesn't it return a...
Tidebinder Mage.
Tidebinder Mage? It taps on a green or red creature?
I think it just keeps one tapped. Oh, okay. The Master of the Waves.
This won't be a big deal. Kyle has a Terminate available.
Well, Master Waves does have protection from red.
Oh, that's not good. So our next best option is to...
So he has a Fulminator on board and a Fatal Push.
Okay.
So that's likely the case here.
Okay.
So he's going to be able to get this Mutavault, and then get this Master of Waves.
Oh man.
And then
I wonder if he's interested in. Okay, he's not. I was wondering if he's interested in
Hunt's Mastering.
Hunt Mastering.
Yeah, this Master Waves has to go right now. Otherwise, he may have been.
All right, here's a Dark Confidant to follow up. See, so what Kyle's done here is he is outclassed the onslaught of creatures. That was a great turn for him. Taking care of Mutavault is fairly important because it's a Merfolk, and so any lords are gonna bonus it.
Dismembering the Bob. Kyle's got to be happy with this.
Does he?
Yeah, it means his Huntmaster's going to come down.
He's
Ryan has 0 cards in hand.
creatures. Yep.
So it's very possible that Ryan either A, has to play out his creature on his turn and doesn't get a Violet in, or B, he just draws a land and we get a Huntmaster flip.
Sure.
Being down to 6 is a little bit scary, though.
Concur.
Oh, he's also got the Pieg Kieran Nalar. That might be the better call here. Being able to block 2 things this turn could be super important.
Well, the Huntmaster generates a token.
Right, but you don't want to block with Huntmaster.
Sure.
The whole point of him having no cards in hand is a little bit moot if you have to block that anyway.
Sure. The Great Glass Spinner comes down.
Glass to glass.
So this is a great place to be if you have the Huntmaster, because the Huntmaster can flip, the ability gets countered, and then you can use a removal spell on it. So,
and here we go, back up to 8, and a wolf token.
All right, do you come in with the Thopters here? Oh no, the Glass Spinner can get them.
Yeah,
we're not interested.
Very happy to double chump this Glass Spinner if it comes down to it.
And what's the path to victory?
For Kyle?
This Huntmaster?
Yeah, the Huntmaster. Huntmaster plus Raging Ravine.
Alright, so we're gonna do some serious blocking here. This is best case scenario because you can trade these off when the Glass Spinner is turning off your removal spells. If I'm Ryan, I may have sat back for a turn or two.
Yeah, it's very dangerous, especially we don't know what's in hand.
Right.
If it's a land, heads up play there by Kyle.
Yep. This is Kyle's showing us that this is not his first rodeo.
So this Huntmaster flips now.
Right, because it was vialed in, so there's no spells cast. So I would target the Glass Spinner.
I'm curious if you can counter the whole ability if I target one of your things. Are you going to still deal 2 damage to you? So the ability's one thing, right? Touch!
Alright.
So the question here on Huntmaster, he's calling the judge. He is the trigger on Huntmaster is deal 2 damage to target creature or 2 damage to target player and creature they control.
Here.
I'm going to deal 2 damage. I'm going to deal 2 damage to a creature. Now, it's a May, right? It can be up to 1 target creature. So if I target a creature with this, it's going to counter the 2 damage dealt to the creature.
So what Kyle should have done here is he has the Terminate in hand. So there's 2 triggers that happen. The flip trigger, and the resulting trigger of the flip, the damage trigger. So what he should have done is put the flip trigger on the stack, terminate the Glass Spinner, let the terminate get countered, then flip Huntmaster. The flip trigger happens, targets Glass Spinner, and gets 2 damage from Ryan. That's how I would have played it.
Sure. I think he's realizing that he's winning this race.
Sure. Okay. Oh, he wanted the Lord of Atlantis.
Thanks, Kyle.
So Ryan has to have action this turn. He has to cast it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he doesn't have to. Like, this 4/4 is just going to stay flipped
Right.
basically forever now.
Yeah, Kyle's gonna bang in for 8 next turn with one of these Raging Ravines. Vapor Snag's a big deal. Alright. Okay, so now Kyle just needs to survive. I mean, there's 4 damage. There's 4 damage lurking if there's a Psionic Blast.
Yeah, Psionic Blast to do it.
I literally I worked on a Merfolk list for an SCG with one Bobby Brueggemann, in which we added 2 Sonic Blasts to his list, one in the main, one in the board.
Yeah.
And I said our thought process was that you just need to close the game as fast as possible.
Sure.
And so if you can, I mean, a Sonic Blast, if you're hitting for like 2, a Sonic Blast like takes 2 turns off the game.
Yeah, it's true.
He won like 3 different games with it over the course of the weekend.
I believe it.
Mostly because it was a card nobody was expecting.
Right.
But it's exactly the kind of it kind of turns it into this kind of classic creature burn list, you know, where you're on 16 creatures, 16 burn spells. Not that there's 16 burn spells, but you get the same effect of having like a Char or a Flame Javelin or
Sure.
that kind of thing in there. Anyway, going to the sideboard, the Glass Spinner was a great card. I mean, had he had more pressure, he would have
Sure.
been able to.
The best card Merfolk has against Jund is Spreading Seas. So if for some reason he's not running them in the main, gotta imagine they're coming in here.
Yep. Do they want to go as deep as to have like Sea's Claim or something like that?
Sea's Claim is just an onslaught, right?
Or no, there's another one.
Phantasmal Terrain?
No. There's one that's 1 and a blue.
I think that's...
It got played. It was in the same standard as Spreading Seas because it got played in the when Jund was like at its peak.
Right.
There was the anti Jund list that had Ardent Plea into one of those cards.
Seems pretty good. But no, I don't think you want to go that deep unless you're really expecting like a ton of Jund.
Well, you could put two in the sideboard. I could see being like a real thing.
I think your sideboard needs to be geared towards a lot of other things. I think as a Merfolk player, you're favored against Jund.
Yeah.
More than a little bit.
More than a little bit?
Yeah.
All right.
That's the thing. I was playing more Legacy in Virginia when I lived here. I played here. When I was just traveling back and forth.
So there's a lot of small things that you get as a Merfolk player against Jund. Spreading Seas is obviously the big thing. But Master has Pro Red, which is very relevant.
Right.
A little bit less so now with Fatal Push, but you still have to get Fatal Push
Online.
Yeah.
So to speak.
Additionally, Mutavault does a pretty good job of sneaking through.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get like multiple Lords online, your guys just outclass theirs significantly, even if they have like a big Goyf.
Is Curse Catcher a thing that matters a lot? That turn 1 Curse Catcher to get their Thoughtseize or Inquisition or...
It could be, but if I'm a Jund player and they play a turn 1 Curse Catcher, I'm still running out the discard spell.
Mm-hmm.
Worst case scenario, you kill a guy with it. That's fine.
Right.
Still getting your 1-for-1, and every Merfolk body matters because they're all going to get pumped. One good thing that's come in since I played a lot of this matchup for Jund is the Anger of the Gods,
Oh, wow, yeah.
which does change this matchup a fair amount.
And there's the anger. We see it right in Kyle's hand. He's got a fatal push, an anger, a land. I don't know what kind of land it is, but
He's got, it's an Overgrown Tomb. I think it's only his only land.
interesting.
That makes this a little bit worse, but he does have the turn 1 Inquisition. It looks like he's keeping it
Looks
too.
like he's kept it. All right. Here's Cavern of Souls with that new spooky art.
Yeah, it's so much better than the other art, if I'm being honest.
I was able to trade my old ones for new ones, and I'm very happy about the situation.
Goodbye, Spreading Seas. This is such a good Inquisition.
This is a premium one to hit. Anytime you cast a discard spell and see the best card in the matchup in their hand,
Yeah.
you gotta be a little happy.
It's a little bit sad because you could have gotten the Tidebinder Mage if he didn't have that Spreading Seas, and then he just wouldn't have had any turn 2 plays. Oh, he did have a second land. It was the Raging Ravine. Very nice.
Alright, and the Fatal Push takes care of the... So in the great, like, you know, continuum of Control V Beatdown, is the Jund deck the control deck here? They want the game to go long, they want...
Well, they don't want the game to go
forever.
long, but they want to stop Merfolk's initial rush, and then they want to take over and end the game quickly.
Noted. Here's a Terminate coming out.
So he's doing this in response to the Reedry.
Here's a third land. It's not a fetch land, so that's a little disappointing, but I think...
Yeah, that's a solid play there.
Okay.
Even though you just hit a land, that's still very strong. Man, a red mana here is huge. That's also very good still.
Is this a collective brutality?
Yeah. So you know his hand is Dismember. So you get to go all 3 modes if you want and hit this Tidebinder Mage.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's stuck with just a Curse Catcher.
Sure. You can't... Can you honestly get rid of the...
I'm fine with getting rid of the anger here. Like, if you put him on a single 1/1,
He's chosen the Curse Catcher.
yeah, that's fine. I'm not 100% on that because you need another land to cast this anger anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got a 5/6 Goyf. It's going to be a while before these Merfolk get that big because of the lack of lords on the board.
Yeah, I'd like more lords to be in play if I'm the Merfolk player. There's a Bob with a healthy life total.
Yeah, if this Bob sticks around, this is going to get out of hand very quickly.
Man.
Kyle really just wants another red source.
I don't even think it matters.
It can. Like, so Ryan still has draws that get him out of this.
Okay. Alright. I don't know that...
Not so much anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I'm perfectly fine
Is
with
it
trading off the Curse
replacement
Catcher for a
Bob?
Bob, but
There's a Bloodstained Mire. Yeah, this is just...
oh yeah, he's just
jeez,
getting
triple,
flooded out.
yeah. Lots of land. I got a Raging Ravine coming in next turn. Alright. There's the Palace in the Clouds.
Oboro! So there it is.
So the Raging Ravine was added to the Put You to 1. And that wraps it up for Kyle. That's
That'll do it.
that's how this Jund deck works. I mean, you said this Merfolk, this deck had like a slight edge in this matchup, but you just saw that Jund was, its interaction spells were 1 turn ahead of all the best spells that Merfolk had.